Hey guys, Cookie here. So we're coming at you again with another Hogwarts Legacy Mods video because they're just too much fun. The modding community also just hasn't stopped churning out awesome mods, so we got plenty of new stuff to show you. It just keeps getting better. We got some cosmetic mods, some cheat mods, and of course, crazy mods. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Well, let's start off with the mod that is probably the least lore friendly, which is the Jet Broom. You would think that a mod that turns a tiny broom into a fighter jet would be glitchy and run poorly, but you would kind of be wrong. This mod has its instabilities, but works surprisingly well. Most of your character fits snugly into the cockpit like a real fighter pilot. If you look at it from certain angles, it's totally seamless, and you're basically in Top Gun's next sequel. You will of course have to ignore your feet coming out the bottom of the jet, your head occasionally slipping out of the cockpit window, not being able to see the full jet from normal view, and flying near buildings can be a bit dodgy as well. Frankly though, that's nitpicking considering someone created the ability to fly a fighter jet around in the game. I mean, that's pretty awesome, so props to the modders on this one. The next mod allows you to play as young Dick Grayson, also known as Robin. I gotta say, Robin isn't one of the first superheroes I thought would be modded into Hogwarts Legacy, but somebody did a wonderful job on it. I showed the Spider-Man mod in the last video, but this mod doesn't have any of the hang-ups that one did. It literally looks like you transformed yourself into Batman's second-hand man with a spell or something. The developers couldn't have done it any better themselves, honestly. Just like the Spider-Man mod, my favorite part of this mod is cutscenes involving your character. I love interacting with students and professors looking utterly out of place and ridiculous, and they just don't act any differently or that there's anything out of the ordinary. Anyway, very impressed by this mod's performance, even though it's just an outfit. Looking forward to Batman hopefully next. Speaking of outfits, let's go into a couple more of those, starting with Ranrok's armor. Don't you hate how the bad guy always looks the coolest? Ranrok may be a bad dude, but he's got some serious style. Well, now you can have it for yourself with this mod. It's even custom fit to you instead of Ranrok's short stature. The skull-encrusted shoulder pads and matching scarlet and golden gauntlets complete an epic outfit fit for a vengeful goblin or for your character to flaunt around Hogwarts and make all your fellow students jealous. Also, if you need more style in your character's life, there is an epic recolor of the Beast robes. This is one of the core looking robes in the game, but changing the color from brown with a tan trim to black with a gray trim takes it to a whole other level. There's also a version that's all black, including the trim, in case that gray was just too much brightness for you. It's especially fitting for an evil character because, as I said earlier, the evil characters always have the most drip. Our final outfit style upgrade mod is the Gryffindor sword sheath, because ability to wield the sword is irrelevant when you look this good. In the last mod video, we showed you wielding the sword of Gryffindor, but if you're more inclined to just show it off, well, this is what you get. This game doesn't give you any way of showing off your wand without using it, so this is kind of the closest you're getting to that. You could also use the Sword of Gryffindor mod from the last video with this, but when you use the sword, you'll just look like you have two swords of Gryffindor, which is obviously a bit lore-breaking, but I guess still very cool. This next mod is called the Ancient Wand. So without spoiling too much, I'll just say that you get this next wand in the campaign, but once the mission is over, you lose it and can't play with it again. That's annoying, right? Because it looks pretty awesome. Well, thanks to the mod community, you can now keep it forever. It's a cool corkscrew-like wand design and definitely stands out among other choices. Additionally, this wand was also the wand that players got in real life if they purchased the collector's edition, plus it floated. So if you didn't have the money or the timing to get it in real life, you can at least keep it forever in Hogwarts Legacy. The next few mods are all quality of life mods, starting with no cooldowns. This mod eliminates all spell cooldowns, so you can basically go completely insane. Imagine casting Avada Kedavra over and over and over again. You could also get more creative by constantly barraging your enemies with various spell combinations relentlessly. This mod is especially fun in the arena, where wave after wave of enemies will be met with endless spell combos, or if you're especially evil, you could just cast endless Crucios until everyone in the area is spiraling in pain all around you. Or you could cast endless Imperios and just start a civil war for your sick, twisted entertainment. Turn the battlefield into an array of fire with non-stop incendios, Anyway, you get the point. This mod doesn't do much for a challenge, but if you bump it up to the hardest difficulty, you could really have some crazy fun on your hands, so I definitely think this is worth a try. Also, the mod support is especially good with constant tweaks and an efficient response system from the creator if you are having any issues with mods, so that's definitely a plus. Next up is the No Broom Boost Decay mod. The name is very self-explanatory and does exactly what it claims. It can be really nice if you want to enjoy the scenery of Hogwarts Legacy from your broom, but don't necessarily want to enjoy it forever. But it's also a change of pace from just fast traveling everywhere. This makes for a nifty in-between in case you don't want to sit through any kind of loading screen for fast traveling. And the last of the quality of life mods is Autohomora. This mod skips the short lock-picking game after you say Autohomora. This technically makes more sense with how Autohomora works, as it just unlocks the door immediately without hesitation. This can be a really nice mod considering there are a ton of doors that can be unlocked, and going through the minigame over and over again is tiresome, especially in Hogsmeade where there are so many locked doors close to each other. This feels more lore friendly too, since saying a spell and then picking the lock manually doesn't really make sense anyway. Sort of takes the magic out of it. Literally. Next up is the Beards and More mod. Are you feeling like it's time for your character to mature a little quicker, even though you're essentially in high school? Well, don't fear, because now you can grow a manly beard. These beards essentially replace the scars under the complexion tab in the character creation screen, but of course you are still able to get them edited even if you already have made your character. You can just switch up your beard style at Madame Snelling's Tress Emporium in Hogsmeade for a measly 20 gold. There are different packs to choose from, with normal looking beards to a green dyed beard if you want to really express yourself. My favorite is probably the Monopoly mustache, for the record. It just feels so right. Oh, and remember all that stuff about cutscenes with your character as Robin? Well, yeah, a mustachioed main character in a cutscene is also a joy to behold. Now, if you're looking for a mod for the sake of immersion, then the Insomnia mod may be for you. You may have noticed that Hogwarts Castle has nothing going on at night, like at all. Well, this mod starts to give the school a little bit of a nightlife by filling up the house common rooms with NPCs. This is the most obvious place where NPCs should be other than the dorm rooms themselves, since students may not be roaming the halls at night for various reasons, but they have to go somewhere. So the house common room would make a lot of sense. Hopefully we can see NPCs added to dorm rooms and maybe even a couple ne'er-do-wells roaming the halls sometimes as well. Alright, so it's time for the Lord of all the mods, the Dragonoglyph mod. This is the kind of mod that you dream about, but don't think it's actually possible in the game, so you forget about it. Well, someone actually pulled this off. This mod transforms the Hippogriff mount into a freaking dragon. Yes, the dragon that is featured in the game can now be a mount that you can fly around the map. The epic feeling you get when you ride a Hippogriff in this game is doubled for riding a dragon. You may think, well, it must be glitchy and run very poorly, but you would be wrong. It's nearly perfect. The Hippogriff's flying animation is copied almost perfectly to the dragon and its oversized wings. Even though the dragon is bigger, its size difference doesn't feel diminished or in any way smaller. Riding a dragon around Hogwarts is a thrill Harry Potter himself could not even have imagined. This mod just gets better though, because you not only can fly the dragon, it now becomes one of your beasts and shows up in the Room of Requirements Vivarium. And yes, you can feed and brush your dragon too. The animations for that aren't quite right, obviously, but that's still super cool. But wait, there's still more. There are multiple types of dragons that you can use, and these aren't just simple recolors either. They are totally different dragon types. There's the default Hebridean dragon that we can see in the campaign, but you also could go with the green Welsh dragon, the Hungarian horntail, or you could have an undead-looking ethereal dragon. This is why mods exist. This is a fantastic extension of the game and a really special feature to add so any player can feel like they're living out a very specific type of campaign. Awesome work. So that's all the mods for this video. Did you like the mods that were featured? Which mod was your favorite? Do you want to keep seeing these mod showcase videos in the future? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, if you want to download any of these mods for yourself, the links to all of them will be available in the description. So head over there, download it, and try it out, and then give some loves to the modders who brought them to life. They work hard on this stuff and make it available for free, so they definitely deserve it. Smash the like button for us if you will, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you haven't already, and we will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.